Hello, welcome back to another session. As promised, we would be talking about the organic page promotions on social media, and we would begin with a Facebook organic promotions session where we would be talking about how can you promote your products or services organically on Facebook and grow your visibility on Facebook. Now, to start with, if you want to promote your products or services, you definitely need a Facebook page, right? So, a Facebook page would be a container of all the information related to your business, a logo, you would have a cover page, you would also have a lot of posts related to your products or service. Now, this session would be to try and explain what would be the best practices that one should follow or any business should follow to create the best Facebook page so that it would reach out to a lot of people who are your target audiences, and how do you grow engagement and how do you engage with these audiences and how do you promote and get your likes or engagement on Facebook is going to be the session following this. So to start with, what we will be looking at now is how do I create a Facebook page to effectively promote my products or services, and these are some of the best practices that is followed across the industry. So moving forward, we have organic promotions on Facebook, as I promised you in the last session. And as I said, the first step would be for you to create a Facebook page, and I would be showing you a step-by-step process from the scratch about how to create a Facebook page. Though most of you would have already created Facebook pages and things like that, now it would be for the benefit of everybody, like a blanket rule. If I show you how to do it from the scratch, I don't think there would be any confusion after that. So let's go to facebook.com. Now this is a Facebook profile that you would see, and you would look at something called as pages. So you click on that. When you click on pages, it would take you to a set of things that you already have. Now if you want to create a new page, you would say create a new page. Now when you try and create a Facebook page, it would ask whether you would want to promote a business or a brand, or are you trying to build a community, or are you trying to build a page for a public figure or a celebrity. Now in this case, the example that I've taken is I've recently created a Facebook page. Now I could try and show you things on that, but I think it wouldn't make complete sense to start something which I already had started in the past. So I have decided I would be showing you from the scratch. So let's get started. And what I would be promoting now is I have a website which says the name is kc.com, which is a travel blog that I have recently created. Now this is a place where I will be documenting all my travels and what I have discovered as a part of my traveling process and things like that. So we would be trying to create a page not for this website but something related to this website. So let's say I'm trying to build a shop. Let's say the name is KC Shop. Now that's the name of my page. And the category of this would definitely be a product or a service. So I'm trying to promote some of the products that I have imported from these countries, or I have bought, or I've imported from other places where I'm trying to resell them to the audiences that I have. Now I'm trying to build a Facebook page for that. So let's just say continue. So we have suggested the name is KC Shop. Let's see. All right. I don't think you should have a shop, a space, or I think it's something to do with the capitals. Now that would be the name of my page. So I've just tried to name the page as the name is KC Shop. Let's continue. All right. Now it's asking me to add a profile picture. It's also if you look at, I can upload a profile picture from here, and it would ask me to upload a cover page or a cover picture after this. So I will do it once I am on to the page. So let's skip these things for the time being. So this would bring me a Facebook page that I've created for something called as the name is KC Shop, without a profile picture, without a cover photo, and it would show me a list of all my friends that I already added on my Facebook page, and this is pretty much an empty page. Now this is where the original process begins. Now what you're supposed to do is you should try and customize certain things according to your business. so that it becomes more appealing to the audiences, and this would represent your business. Now this needs to have a face, right? So we need to customize this page from the scratch. So let's go ahead and start with something related to the logo. Let's also look at something related to the cover photo. Now, in case you don't know what the customized images or image sizes are for the profile picture and for cover pages, you could always just go ahead and Google them. Now I know what the customized sizes for the logo are, which is 180 by 180. So I would just go here and I would use something called as Canva.com, which is the most effective tools in the industry so far, that helps you create social media imagery or anything related to social media in a jiffy without any designing hassle. So I just go to Canva.com, I try to log in with my Facebook. Now, once I log in, you will be able to see my previous designs. Now, it also lets me create a design. Now, I'm trying to create a design for my Facebook page profile picture. So, in case you don't know what the dimensions are, you can always say facebook.com or Facebook page logo dimensions. Now, I know it already, but I'm just trying to show you in case you're worried about things. Now, you can just do a 170, 170 or 180, 180. So, I just go ahead and let's say let's start with 180, 180. Now, some of the dimensions are not there predefined in the form of a template. So what I would do is, if I want something which I want to custom make, I can simply click on this option which says use custom options or custom dimensions, and I will say 180 by 180. Let's say design. Now this would bring me a canvas where I could add my logo here. So let's customize this. It's very easy. Now I'm trying to add a logo just to save time. Let me pick up something which I've already done before. I know the font, so you don't have to worry about it. So it is called as this one, Shadows into Light 2 is the name of the font. So I would just say sharp. So let's reduce the font size so that it fits. Let's say 24. This seems okay. The actual website is .com, so let me see if I can fit that in, and let's further reduce this to 18. Sometimes what happens is, this might seem pretty big here, but when you upload this onto your Facebook as a profile picture, it would shrink the text and it will not be clearly visible. So just to avoid that, I'll make it, let's say 20, so that it gets a little stretched. Now let me align this and I download. Now when I download it, PNG is the prescribed format, so I download this. Now that's my logo, and let's go to our Facebook page and try to upload this as a logo. So I'm picking it up, so let's say upload the photo that I have created. It's there in downloads. Now this is the logo that I have. It's too small and the profile picture will be less clear, so let's see what it means. Or maybe we can stretch it a little and say save. If it's too small, we will go back and edit it later, but this is how you create a logo. And if you want to get it done professionally, I think this is fine. I mean, this is readable and there is no problem with that. Now, sometimes when you upload let's say your logo or your cover picture, it just shows in your timeline. And sometimes it's not too important to show to the audiences. So you can simply hide this from your timeline so that it goes away. And the next thing that we are supposed to do is we're supposed to add a cover photo for your Facebook page. Now this is something that I would need to check because I don't know the dimensions. It should be around 648. I think this should be perfect. So 850 by 315 should be okay. So let's go here, let's customize it again. Now we need some custom sizes, so you go to the home page, which is this, click on use custom sizes. Now 850, 300, let's try this. I'm sure there would be some kind of iteration involved here because the sizes are not very accurate, and sometimes it shrinks the text or it just expands it too much. But let's see what happens. So you need to go to the background, change the background, add the text, and shadow in the light is the font. So I'll just go here and say search for shadow in the light. That's my font. Now I need to name it as, let's say the name is kc.com. Let's try and capitalize this. Sure. You could always realign the font sizes and things like that. Say 36 seems okay. Okay. Now, in case you want to add something like a what do you say? Like a caption, you can always do that. So let me go to text. Let me add a subheading. Let's see. It doesn't have to be fancy, just a caption which would make it a little catchy for the people. Now, I don't like this font, so let's see if we can change the font, or let's see how the same font would resonate. It seems okay, but maybe let's change a few things. Let's do this. Let's see how it looks in one line than having it. This doesn't seem so bad. Now the reason I'm trying to keeping this logo very casual is because I just don't want this to be too serious, because this is a travel blog, number one, and number two, this is going to be a products page, right? So it just has to be a little peppy, so I'm just keeping it that way. So let's download it and see if this fits the cover picture. So go back to your Facebook page, try adding a cover photo, upload the photo or video from your downloads. You have it here. Now this might not always go as expected. Now thankfully this is fine here, so you can realign the picture so that it's in the center and looks very presentable. Now that's it. Now this is like the first step that we're supposed to do when we create a Facebook page. Now I have created a Facebook page. I've given a face to the Facebook page, which means I've put up the logo, and I've also put up my, the cover page. Now if you want to be very, very consistent with all your messaging, now there is no capitalization here for the letters KC like I've done here. So if you want to edit this, you can always go back and say this is my logo. You click on this logo. You can simply edit these into capitals just to stay consistent, and you can download this. So download, go back to your Facebook page, upload the picture. It's there in the downloads, and this should be the one. Let's go ahead anyway. That's it. So it's been saved successfully. Now I should be able to see my logo with the capitals K and C. Now there's a notification. Let's see what this notification is all about. Now I'm sure this says that you can promote your page if you want and things like that. So we will come back to this later. So go back to my page. Now if you look at the set of tabs at the top, so you have something called as page, you have inbox, you have notifications, you have insights, you have publishing tools, you have promotions, you have settings. Now we would be talking about these things independently, individually, and as I said, we don't need to show this to people, so let's hide this from the timeline. We'll hide this from the timeline. That's it. Now I have like a empty Facebook page with a face, as I said. Now inbox is when somebody messages you on your page, you will get these messages under inbox. Or if you have uploaded something on your Instagram profile and somebody commented or somebody messaged you, you would receive those messages here in the inbox tab. Now notifications is when somebody likes, comments, shares your pictures from your Facebook page. Now you will get those notifications here. insights is the data. I mean, these are the reports about how many people, which post performed how, what are the number of actions performed on the page, what are the views, what are the page views, how many likes did you get, what was the reach of your posts, are there any recommendations, how did your posts engage, how many people commented, and if it's a shop or an e-commerce page, how many people placed an order, how many orders did you get, and things like that. Now go back to the page, let's look at these things independently, and let's look at what publishing tool. We would be revisiting these things again. Now you can consider this session to be a 60-day session where I will be documenting all those things I do for the next 60 days. Now this is day 1 where we are just creating a Facebook page, and eventually I would also be showing you the progress of what we have done, how things have changed, and what are the statistics that I will be documenting all those things as we go. Now when you go to publishing tools, there are some post related tabs which are published posts and scheduled posts, drafts and things like that. There are some videos that you would have uploaded onto your page. Now there is something called as sounds or sounds collection. Now these are all some of the tools which would help you manage your page a little easy. Now promotions, as I said, are simply any promotions that you would have created. Now in case you want to do a paid promotion, you would see all those results here. See, there would not be anything now because we have not done anything so far. So let's move forward and let's look at the big daddy of Facebook page creation, which is the settings. Now this is where everything is stacked. Now how your page performs, how your page doesn't perform, what is it that you're not happy with, what is going wrong, what would you want to change with your Facebook page, everything is here. Now let's look at the general settings. Now this is a page which is published. Now visitor posts, if you want anybody to publish onto this page, you can simply set it active. Now if you don't want to allow visitors to post onto this page or publish posts onto this page, remove it. Don't let anybody else post on the page, and only you post it because it's going to be something that you would manage. Or God knows what happens, or we might miss out on something which is really important by just disabling everybody to post on the page. So simply select this option where you can review posts by other people before they are published onto the page, which means they come to you first, you approve them, only then they would go onto the page. Now more often than not, what happens is people who have their own business goals try to capitalize on your page and start promoting things on your page. Now you don't want that to happen because it's not a playground where anybody can come, play and go. So you would want to review those posts, and if it is anything if it's not constructive, or if it is selfish promotion by another brand, or if they're trying to tarnish or bypass to your audience, you can always block them or disapprove them. So you save it, then you have newsfeed audiences. Some of the settings are just, you can leave them as it is. Now this is messages where people can contact your page privately. Now tagging ability, only people who help manage my page can tag it. Now these are all basic settings. Now country restrictions, if you have any country restrictions, if you want to show your page only to a particular audience in a particular geography, you can always set that, only show this page to, let's say, people in the US or things like that, or you can just leave it as it is. Age restrictions, if it is something related to adult products or something which is not suitable for audiences under 18, you could always customize this. Page moderation, if you want anybody to block, if you want the system to block any comments or any posts which are either, abusive or hurt sentiments, or if you feel that, let's say, I don't want anybody to use the word fuck, so I just keep blocking this, just to show you how this is done. Now you can have those things. Now profanity filter is turned on. If it's strong, then you would not have any posts or comments with any abusive words shown onto your page. Now similar page suggestions, choose whether your page is recommended to others. Now how about this? There is somebody who is looking for a page to promote their products, or trying to look at collaborating with your page because he has a set of products and he would want you to advertise it on your site, and he would pay a commission in turn. Now in this case, you're not losing anything, right? Now how would you feel if Facebook tells you, or if Facebook suggests your page to him so that he can contact you? Now those things can be a little beneficial in the long run, so you could always set these options on. Now these are pretty much the general overview of a page, of a Facebook page. Now in case you have two duplicate pages and you want to merge them, you can always merge them here. Now, if you want to delete your page, this is how you would do it from here. So you would permanently delete this page. Now, when you delete this page, it still stays active for about 14 days. And post that is what Facebook would delete, just in case you change your mind tomorrow. Then you have messaging options. Now, if you look at these messaging options, now this is where you could set up how you would, if you want your messages to be sent when you enter the return key or the enter key on your keyboard. Now that's set to on. Now these are all related to those settings. Now how about this? When somebody messages to you on your Facebook page, would you want to send them an automated message? If you want to do that, just click on, switch this to on, and change the customized text. You can simply say, leave your question here, and just to make it customized, you can just say Casey will get back to you. Right? Now, how about this? If you are John, and if John messages my Facebook page, would John be happy if I just say thanks for messaging us? Or would John like some personalization like this? So let's say thanks, I add the person's first name, right? Now, thanks John for messaging us, leave your question here and Casey will get back to you soon. Now this seems a little more customized, and you can simply say, in the meantime, why don't you like our page at to receive cool updates of all the products we launch. So simply do this and save it. Now if you want to look at how this would seem to the user when somebody messages you, hello, I have a question, it would seem something like this. Now, thanks John for contacting us, Casey will get back to you soon. In the meantime, why don't you like our page at this to receive cool updates of all the products. Now this seems more relevant, and though we are doing it, setting up a response assistant which is an automated bot, to be honest, now this doesn't seem like it's coming from a bot, right? Now stay responsive when you don't have access to your computer, switch it on, it makes more sense. Now if you want to change your custom messaging, you can all do that. See, these are very canned response. I mean, these sound very canned. So, hello, thanks for your message. Now if you want to add customization, now you can say person's first name, hi, thanks for your message. I will revert to you soon as I have network. Then save it. Now these are some of the things that you can do, and when somebody create a custom greeting to the people when they first open a conversation with you on Messenger. Now this is very important. Now you can say hi, the person's full name, and to make it more related, you can just say person's first name because it seems more informal. So let's say person's first name. You can just say, what can I do for you today? Now these are very small things, but they go a long way in trying to establish that personalized rapport and making them feel as if you're concerned and you're really, you care for your audiences. Now you say, what a pleasant surprise, what can I do for you today? Now these are some of the messaging options that you can set up. Now let's say save. Now that's done. Now edit page, if you have anything to edit. Now let me also show you another thing here. Now if you go to your messaging option, now response assistant is something that we have already set up. Now just double check because you don't want anything to get messed up here. Then you have edit page. Now anything that you want to edit from your template of your page, if it's not a shopping page or if it's an e-commerce page or if it's something related to, let's say, education, but by mistake you had chose this. Now it will all show you things related to shopping. Now you can always choose a theme which would resonate with things, right? Now you are talking about a page that is into products and services like a shop. Now this seems very, very relevant, right? Now it will also tell you what tabs you can put up on your page, what buttons can you put up on your page, what can you customize, and you will have something called a shop because you mentioned it was a shop. Now this is fine, so you can just say it is by default the same template, so there's nothing to choose. Now if you think there is any other category which is more related than shopping, you could choose that. Now I don't think there is anything else which is more suitable, so I'll just leave it at that. Now these are the tabs that you can have, and you can, like any other option, you can move these tabs up, change the order of the tabs and things like that. If you want anything else to be added, you can also add that. Now let's see if you want to add another tab, what are the other options that you have. Now if you want to add any live notes or live videos that you have, you can add that. Let's say close. Now it would have videos, and it will also show you live videos that you do on your Facebook page, which is good. Now post attribution, this is where you decide the roles of people. Now how do you want to post it? Do you want to post it as the page who is posting it, or do you want to post it from your individual profile? Now I prefer it this way. Now let's say let's have that seem, this seems a little professional. Then you have notifications. Right, now if you want, now basically all these notifications are set, but if you don't want when somebody likes your page, you can just turn it off. And when sometimes people send you a message, if you don't want to get notified, just say off. Now if you don't want to get an email, you can turn it off. If you don't want text messaging, you can turn it off. Now these are the basic things that anything would have. Now messenger platform, we have done these, right? Now if you really want, let's say there are some of the subscribed apps. Now this is general settings option. Now the apps that are currently subscribing to your page and their information will be listed here. Note that setting a primary receiver and the secondary receiver roles will trigger the handover protocol. Now this is all who gets it first, and if you want to whitelist some of the domains, you can do that. Now this is my messenger link. Now if I want to promote this in an emailer and say that, hey, you can hit me up on my messenger here, I can simply copy this link and send it to people so that they can directly add me on Messenger. Now this is something which is very interesting. Now customer chat plugin, let people start a conversation on your website and continue in the Messenger. It's easy to set up. We will give you the code to add to your website. Now although I'm so tempted to show you this right now, but let's hold on to this because I don't want to confuse you now. I'll keep this added in my checklist of reminders, and I will get back to you when I talk about how do you promote your page, and I will show you how to set a customer chat plugin, which basically means when somebody comes to your website, there would be a messenger option, a messenger logo that people would see on your website, so that when they try to chat with you from your page, it would directly take them to the messenger, so that you don't lose that audiences and you can connect and convert them onto your Facebook page. That's how it works. Now hold on to this until I come back again and talk to you about this. Let's move forward. Page roles. Now if you cannot be doing everything all the time, so you would need somebody to assist you. So if I want somebody, let's say if I want somebody to be handling the role of a moderator or an advertiser or an analyst, or if I want somebody else to be added as an admin, I can simply add them as an admin, and it's as simple as this. Now they would be able to handle my page. So if this guy is an editor, I can simply add it as an editor, right? Now he can send messages, blah blah blah. He can edit those roles on my page. Now only problem with adding somebody as an admin is, please remember that they would have the same permissions as you have, and they can simply remove you as the admin of the page. So if you have pissed somebody off in the past, if you really don't have a good relationship with your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend, please do not give them, or ex-boyfriends or husbands, please do not give them the admin rights, because they could always remove you as the admin. Now people and other pages. Now this is where you can see people and other pages. Now this is basically a list of people who like your page, and you can either remove them from the page, or you can ban them because somebody else is doing things that you're not comfortable with. You can always do those things. Now, preferred page audiences. Now, this is which is very, very interesting. Though it is not active, I'll tell you what this means. Now, what this is a shop. Now, this page is talking about a shop, like a product. Now, who would be my preferred audience, right? Now, what kind of pages would be beneficial for me, and I can predefine my audience here under the preferred audiences tab. Now, they've removed it for the time being. Now, if you would want more, you can always learn more and just go and look at more things about them here. Now, these are different things where you can tag your Instagram, you can look at your Instagram posts, and if you're using payments, you can look at support inbox, and if there's something called as cross posting. Now, you can add another page here. Now, let's say I have another page which is, the name is Casey, right? Now, this is a personal blog. Now, I would want cross post things onto these pages, right? Let's say next. Cross posting permission guaranteed. So done. So now whatever I post on this page will be cross posted on my other page. Now, if I have another e-commerce website or an e-commerce page, I can always do that. I can add that page. Let's say I have another e-commerce page which is One World, One Shop. Now I can always go and get that added so that it just starts posting on that page as well. Now that's how it works. Now these are the basic settings of your pages, and you can edit any of the settings that you have here on these pages. Now, since we are done with settings, now here is what is more interesting. Now, once we have done that, and once we have gone back to our Facebook page, there are a lot of things here that you can do to make it more professional, make it more engaging, and make it more likable by the audiences. So hold on until I show you what those things are, and we will take it ahead from there. Alright, so since we're back on our Facebook page, let's look at some of the things that we have here. Now, there is always an option to create a custom button that you would want people to perform. I mean, this is where I would want users to perform a desired action by clicking on this button. So let's say, now since this is a shop, I would ideally want them to be shop. So let's say I want to set up a custom button called as edit button, and what do I want? I want them to shop with me. So I would say see offers or shop. Now I could do any of these things, and I can say next. Now, offers section of your page. Now, when people click on this, what happens is the next big question, right? Now, when people click on this offers button, now they would see the offers that I have. And where do I set these offers up? I would set these up in the offers tab here. Now, let's close this. Now, I would want to create an offer. Let's say first time shopper on my page, and I would set up an expiry date, let's say 20th, now let's say 15th. Now, deadlines are very important because that would put people under a little pressure, or it would keep them in a little rush to do things. Now, where can people redeem this? They can also redeem this in store and online. They would need a website. Since I don't have a website for the time being, let me put up something. Now, let's say this is my website. And if you have a promo code to use, now let's say, what is that? What's the offer? First time shopper gets a 10% off. So let's say 10 off now, right? Now I need to add a photo of the product. Now let's say if I have any product, okay. I don't see a product which would suit this, but I'm sure there is something that I have. Let's say something like this. Now that would be the product that people can purchase before August 15th, and they would get any first-time shopper would get a 10% off. And where is the where can they go and buy it? They can go and buy it here. So since I'm advertising a particular product and I would want them to go to that particular page, so let me go to the website and actually pick up the exact URL so that people get frustrated if you don't give them what they want. So let me give them the exact URL of the page. Now there should be somewhere where I put the product. Now it should be somewhere here. This should be under beauty, so it should be under here, this one. So I will simply put this up and I would paste this URL exactly here and say publish. That's it. Your offer was sent to review and it is not yet live, and it would become live soon, and once the offer is live, people could use that. Now if you look at this, it's changed to see offers now. Now there is a new notification, right? And if people click on this, they would directly go to that page where they would see the offer, and if they're interested, they can buy it. In the meantime, I need to go to the website and I need to set up a coupon code for a 10% off for the first time shopper. Now once that's done, I've added something. Now groups, community, these happen eventually, and this is where you upload the videos. And what I'm going to talk about next is the most important thing, which is the about. Now if there are 100 pages created on Facebook every hour, 75 to 80% of the pages do not have an about section because they think it is not that important. Let me take a little time and tell you how important that is, because people form their perception whether to buy a particular product or not buy a particular product from this place. So it's very, very, very important you take this seriously. Add a picture. You can look at things where you can edit, and you can add a phone number. Now this is the messenger URL. You can put up an email ID. You can put up a website. Now the website that I would be talking about here is, let's say, this. Right, and I can go to this website and put up something called as a shop tab on the website. Now these are very important. Now what is it about? This is an online store with cool products from across the globe. Now it could be anything. It would just be a brief overview of why people should come to this page, what is this page about, and if it's a restaurant, you can add a menu, you can add your privacy policy, you can do anything. I mean, you can also set up a story. I mean, how did you start? Now, let's say, right, how did it start? Now it could be as fancy or it could be as simple. I mean, let's say, I'll show you a sample story that I've created for one of my other Facebook pages, because that would save us a lot of time. Now let's say I don't want this for the time being. Now I have another page that I have created. It seems very similar. Now I can show you how I have set up a story there and how it seems like. Everything else is the same on this page except for the fact that this is a personal blog, and what we have seen earlier was a shop. Now this is how I've included the story here. Now if somebody wants to look at the entire story, now this is my story, this is how it began, and I've published it. So this is exactly how people would be able to see it. So let's say okay, now let's close it. It's done. Now the last thing that I would show you before I leave you when it comes to creating the page is you can create a custom username for a page. Now you click on this and say, let's say I want to create a name called, let's say the name is Casey. That's my site. Now it says it's already taken. Now I can either say name is Casey, but let's say the name is Casey. It's there, so I just create, well, let's leave it at name is Casey. It sounds real. Now I can create a username. Now when I do that, there is something interesting that happens. You're all ready. The username name is Casey has been created for name is Casey. Now when I go to this, now I can just refer to my Facebook page with the handle. Now it's facebook.com/name is Casey. If you type this, you would be able to see my Facebook page. And the last thing that I would want to do, or I would want to talk to you more about, is do not hesitate to invite your friends. Now, do not hesitate when it comes to inviting your friends and family to like your pages initially. So there is no shame here. Now, this will only build that initial set of likes, right? And it would really give you that initial mileage that you needed. And once you have those base likes for your page, that's when it all begins, and that's when it starts growing. Now, these are the basic things that I would do, but all I would want to tell you is it takes a lot of patience. Now, these are some of the posts that I've made on this page, and you can always tag your friends on these posts, and they would be able to see these posts and like. Now, that's it. That's how you go ahead and start letting people know that you have created something and you would want people to like those. So don't hesitate when it comes to inviting people to like your pages. It's normal. I mean, you can ask them to like your pages because they're friends and family anyway. Now, once that's done, that's where you begin. Now you have a custom page. Now you have a story about yourself. Now you have a page that represents your business. Now this is when you would start thinking more about how do I promote my page? How do I make it more visible? How do I get more likes? What are some of the strategies that I could follow initially to grow my Facebook page audiences consistently? Now, I would see you with that information in the next session. And once that's done, you should be able to start creating a Facebook page and start growing your audiences organically. Now, how do you know if you're doing this correctly, and how do you know if you have understood everything? The task is simple. All you have to do is go ahead, create a Facebook page of anything under the sun that you like, and you can do exactly what I've shown you in the last 15-20 minutes. I think that should be a wonderful thing to do for you at this point in time. So please go ahead and start a Facebook page. Hopefully by the time you look at the next session, you should already have a Facebook page. Thank you so much. I hope you understood what I've taken you through, and if you like the content, you know what to do. And if you did not like the content, please let us know the feedback and we would work on that to improve. Thank you so much. This is Casey from Digital Titans signing off. See you soon. Thank you.